Driven 65.
How you doing, guys? Welcome back to the video. This is kind of a mismatched video. You'll see where I'm doing a flatbed on my pickup. So you'll see clips of me working on it, and this is kind of like working backwards. But this is what we cut the bed from. This was a gooseneck horse trailer. There's the other half. I actually mounted, it had 6 foot here off the back where I'd cut it off of that. And I actually mounted this, welded it into my 20-foot trailer and made it, I think it was like 35 foot or something. I don't know what it was. But I was 50 feet bumper to bumper when she was hooked up to my pickup. This got to be a pain, carrying around a lot of weight that I really didn't need for the little bit of space that I did. Well, not a little bit of space I gained, but it just wasn't worth it. So she got, I said I'm done with it. So I just cut it back off, finished back my trailer all back off on the front and everything. And then I wanted to do a flatbed on my pickup. So I cut the 6 foot off of this, the deck of it, and mounted it to the pickup, which you'll see here in a minute. But I just want to show you where it came from. It came from that gooseneck. So, welcome to Towers Junkyard. It's my little hole in the woods. So we're going to head up here, and we'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, guys. We're cleaning up this. I've just squared off the end, cut the ends off to where I want them the length, and then I'm cleaning up this piece here I had, and just getting some welds off of it that was on it, and we're going to box it all in. But I'll just give you an update what's going on. Morning, guys. Get ready to, I pulled the bed early this morning, and I got the bed getting ready to go on. I'm just cutting my wood for the for my 4x4s for she sits on a frame, and didn't do a whole lot of videoing. I was trying to beat because we had bad weather coming in, and I knew yesterday I was running around trying to get it done before it came. It came, but I was in the middle of it. But I got most of it done. That's why I didn't do much videoing of the actual. But I'll do some more videoing when I get it on and we're finishing it up and all that. But that's just a quick update on what's going on. Have a good one. Well, it's good afternoon here, guys. Welcome back to probably coming into another middle of a video. It's been crazy around here the last couple days. I took upon myself to been wanting to do a flatbed for my truck, work truck, and finally figured out something I already had to refurbish and use. So a friend of mine came over and we started on it and got it off of what we had, and so getting to the point, I heard that a snowstorm was coming, but they say a lot of years that we're going to get snow, and we don't. So, you know, everybody's like, okay, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. Well, I kind of blew it off this time, and I was probably halfway through my build, and I usually don't work on Sundays. Try not to work on Sundays, but I had to work on Sundays because here this snowstorm, and I'm looking at the, you know, everybody's talking about it, and they're saying, you know, and everything's looking like we're gonna get it. So I was like, yeah, but I better get in gear. So I went in high gear Saturday, finished up the bed itself, got it on the truck, wrapped up everything Sunday, and then we got hit late Sunday night into Monday with snow, and we got about 8 inches here. And so I had to get, you know, here I am, I got that truck bed just built. You know, you got to use something to get the bugs out of it sometimes, and figure out if you need to change things up. So I was like, I got to go into full plow mode, because I told all my customers, because I bought a tractor this year, that I would be, you know, plowing snow. So I bought it, and you've seen it in videos. So we went into full plow mode Monday morning, and this is Tuesday night. So I've been plowing. I started plowing about 1 o'clock yesterday and quit till dark, about dark, because I didn't, like I said, I wasn't ready for the snow, and there's a lot of things I wanted to do to the tractor to be ready for the snow. You know, it's an older Kubota, so the lights are dim, and she needs a light bar on her, and I didn't get that in time, so I couldn't work after dark, so I had to quit at dark. So I quit at dark, and then I started back in, I guess about 9 o'clock this morning. It was 20 degrees when I woke up, and I wanted to thaw out a little bit, let the sun get up and beat on some things and thaw them out. So we went into plow mode again today, and I guess I wrapped up about 1 o'clock. And so this is Tuesday evening, and I'm just getting the tractor unloaded. I don't know if you saw in the video where I bought a scraper blade. I don't know if I remember. Yeah, I think I put it in the video. It's this scraper blade here. I bought it a couple weeks ago because I knew we might get some snow, and I needed one anyway. And it's an older one. I had to do some work to it, so I've done the work to it. And then my brother-in-law had a smaller blade. It actually, I was like, I kind of looked at it and was like, man, that's small. But for the size tractor, this is an older Kubota, but it's a for what the size is, I mean, she really gets it done. 4-wheel drive. She's a 2150 B2150, and got the scraper blade from my brother-in-law. He had it, he wasn't using it, didn't, you know, he wasn't going to use it for nothing, so I got it and I used it, and I'll tell you what, the thing did way better than I thought. When we lived home on the farm, we had a blade, and we always had to, we pushed everything out and scraped, we had a 3/4 of a mile lane on the farm, and we used it to keep it, the lane rounded up. Had a little 35 Massey Ferguson with a 6-foot blade, and we built it heavy. We tore it up so much in the woods, you know, cutting wood and moving stuff around. And she was built heavy, and we even put 2 cement blocks on it. And I was like, with this little blade, I'm like, this thing, I don't know if it's going to do anything or not. But I'll tell you what, I used her today, and it did phenomenal. If you understand my vocabulary, because it's not always right. But this thing did phenomenal. I loved it. It just did what I wanted it to do. So I'm going to add a little bit of weight to it just to help it along a little bit, but it did great. Not to get on a tangent there. So we're going to unload this thing and get her put back in the shed. Yeah, I was impressed. Trying to bleed. Oh, easier getting in the shed. I gotta find a block heater on this thing. I can't find a plug. I ain't, like I said, I was last minute, this snowstorm hit and I'm looking for it. I ain't had a chance. It's been so cold to look for it. I mean, she does okay starting up, but man, it'd be so much easier on her if she had that block heater plugged in. But that tractor is just, for the size of it, unbelievable. I mean, the snow we had was very heavy. Yesterday was very heavy, and then it was like, temperature went up, so it melted a little bit, so there was like water underneath of it, and it was just like slush and everything, and that's some heavy stuff. And I was kind of like worried about if it was gonna push it. It never even phased it. I mean, she just went right through it, pushed it up in a pile. It didn't make no difference. You thought she'd had a 50-horse tractor out there. Anyway, so that's it on that. And like I said, this video will probably be edited into working on the flatbed, because I've got several ones. You know, I've videoed quite a bit on that, so that'll be coming. So here we are, guys. Welcome back. This is the bed that I cut off the gooseneck, and I boxed it all in. This was all opened up. I took a piece of this 5-inch channel, boxed it all in, boxed in a new post on the end. We cut the top off, lowered it a little bit, and then of course I mounted my toolboxes to the frame rail right here, and it really did a nice job. This is actually the bed in it right now. I want to put metal eventually. This is an inch piece of plywood, fiberglass on both sides. It's actually cut out of a side of a semi-trailer. I believe in using whatever I got if I can use it. I appreciate stuff like that more when I can take something that I have and either convert it to something that I need, or just using it, you know, where it's not, you're not junking anything. I mean, if you can use it, you don't have to spend the money, why do it? That's me. She's old, pitted real bad. It's still good, but it's just pitted on the front of the steel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bed liner stuff, and I'm going to, you know, of course, paint the whole thing bed liner. So that'll clean up all that mess, because it's kind of a sight, but that'll clean all that up. And the welders, they hadn't been good enough to do it, so repainted the frame and all that. And I know it looks kind of like gray. It's called ink black. It was paint I had, and this will actually be black up here, and I'm going to leave that what it is down there. But that cleaned her up, and it gives me more room in the bed, wider, and just more room, just better. I like it. And then I took my tail lights from the original bed and just turned them on their side, and it looks good. Lights are on, looks good. I couldn't put them out to the corners because unless eventually I might put something here to block it, but when you got them out like that, they're not made to be out like that. The stuff blowing off the tire, throwing it up there all the time is just going to tear them up. So I just moved them to the center where they're more protected. But that's it on that job. I'll be, of course, doing improvements. I'm going to put LED lights here, hanging right off of here for backup lights, or just to flip them on if I need more light in the back. But yeah, she turned out good. I like the looks of it. It looks good. I mean, some beds I like, you know, I like of course the stainless beds, and all those beds are nice. Those new ones I got now, and they're, you know, they're all covering the tire and all that. I love that too. But this will do good enough for me. I'm happy with it. Turned out pretty good. To me, it looks more utility now, and the bed is more usable, should I say. And I'm going to put a headache rack right here. I left this piece of angle iron in there, and I'm going to mount it right in here, and it'll be up about that high. So that'll be my headache rack. But that's it. So that'll end this video. If you could, guys, subscribe and like the video. It helps me out so much, and I appreciate everybody that's been watching. Thank you so much. Have a good one.